What is one dream of yours that has nothing to do with the career you're pursuing right now? Maybe you have to revisit your childhood to find the answer to this question. What did you love so much as a child that you couldn't stop thinking of it? I believe that when you find the answer to that question, you might find an incredible, wholesome gift that can give you guidance to a more fulfilled life. If you don't find the answer to this question right now, don't worry. I believe that it will unconsciously stay in your mind, and then someday you will see something that suddenly gives you this feeling in your stomach, the little spark that will remind you of the answer you've been looking for. I am a little afraid and maybe even a bit ashamed of my next thoughts that I want to share with you, but I feel the need to talk about this. Why is it normal for us to work for 8 hours and only live for 4 each day? Why is it normal to work 5 days to barely enjoy 2 every week? We hustle and we rush for about 10 hours to eat within 15 minutes, or sometimes even while still doing work at the side of it. And we work 47 weeks to escape the thing that became our life for 5 weeks every year. And we work all of our youth and maybe also health away to enjoy the last years of a retired life, if we're lucky. I turned 35 this week, and the older I get, the more I see people struggle with this normality. People get all kinds of diseases, burnouts, and some of them don't even make it into that well-deserved retirement, which absolutely breaks my heart, and it truly makes me doubt whether this normality is so normal after all. Because secretly, I believe that we are not made or meant to live that way. But we actually created a system that doesn't really work in our favor. It might help us survive, but it doesn't really let us live. As a highly sensitive person, I struggled so much to make myself fit into that system, and I guess I kind of failed at it. I worked at an advertisement agency for a year and I struggled so much. It made me so unhappy that I decided to go all in on pursuing a career as a self-employed artist. And to be honest, in terms of finances, this might not have been the best decision looking at the past couple of years. But in terms of health and happiness, I wouldn't want it any other way. It is such a huge gift to be able to listen to your body and to be able to take a moment of rest when you need it. It is such a gift to be able to step outside, soak in some sun and fresh air before you return to your desk again. And all of this without constantly having to ask for permission or feeling bad about it because you're letting your boss or coworkers down. my very favorite thing about being self-employed is that we get to have a dog as a family and enjoy his cuddles, his love and warmth, the play, the walks, so much goodness that I would not want to miss for any money. Even if it did not always feel like it the last couple of years, I truly believe that it was the right decision and that following my intuition career-wise is an investment that will serve us well in the future. In an interview with Jane Goodall that I saw recently, the interviewer asked Jane a question similar to, "What were you meant to bring into this world?" Her response was, "Hope." When I asked myself that same question later on, the first thing that came into my mind was the word peace. And at first I tried to correct myself, find a different word, because I thought, wow, Nicole, peace is huge. Peace is political activism, getting out there, doing something about all the wars. And then I caught myself and thought, no. Peace starts with little acts of kindness. Peace starts in the hearts of each and every one of us. And in my own quiet way, I believe I can bring peace into people's hearts. Through my videos, through my art, and maybe also through my voice, I can remind people of what peace feels like inside of them. Maybe I can make someone's shoulders drop today. Maybe I can make someone pause, take a deeper breath, and make them feel peaceful, even if it's just for a moment. And maybe that's enough, you know. Our purpose doesn't have to be that huge thing that feels unachievable and makes us feel scared because it seems so huge. Maybe it can be as simple as bringing a smile to someone's face, making people feel seen, or offering a listening ear to those in need. of heavy thoughts during my birthday. Please don't mind my colorful cheek, which looks like the beautiful autumn trees outside. I got my wisdom tooth removed last week and I'm very happy that I do not look like a bloated hamster anymore. In my last video, I mentioned that I dreamt of creating a cozy membership space here on YouTube for those of you who want a little extra connection. And I'm really excited to announce that my membership space, the Slow Circle, is open now for you to join. So if you are interested in affirmation meditations, music videos where you can pick up a creative project and work alongside with me, as well as friend-to-friend talks where I talk directly into the camera like I'm doing right now, then I'd love to see you within my new member space. We will also have private polls so you can vote on topics so I can more directly create what you are in need of. When you join this channel as a member, you will get a loyalty badge that evolves over time. That badge will stand next to your name so I can easily recognize you within the comments and reply to you first if you leave one. And in my last video I mentioned that I wanted to draw these loyalty badges, and I drew teacups with floral ornaments, and I wanted to have a flower growing outside of them. And after a talk with my husband, he brought me back to reality again and made me realize that these loyalty badges are as teeny tiny as little emoticons, and that I was thinking way too detailed about it. So the teacups haven't made it, but I created a series of a growing fruit tree which grows from a little seedling into a fruit-giving clementine tree, which I think is lovely as well. So if you subscribe to my channel, next to this subscription button there will appear a join button, and if you click on that you can join the membership space. If it's not for you at the moment, but you would like to give me a birthday present, or if you would like to support this channel, please consider giving this video a hype, also a new feature that helps small creators grow their channels, and it would mean the world to me if you are still watching my video, if you would do that. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye, my friend.